Hello everyone, I hope you're having a great day, great afternoon, great night, whenever you're watching this. I just hope you're having a great time in general. So today's video I wanted to talk about opinions. I was thinking about doing this a bit ago. I just wasn't exactly sure what all I necessarily wanted to say. I know the big thing I want to get out is opinions are opinions. Opinions can be wrong. Like, you can disagree with people, but, like, opinions can also just be in general wrong. Like, not just your opinion. Like, it's your opinion. Like, obviously, like, darker opinions that we've all... Not like we've all unanimously decided is bad, but, like, things that cause harm and stuff like that. Like, if you told me you stole from a big corporation, I would be like, go for it. Fuck them. But if you told me you stole from, a mom and pop shop, I'd be like, okay, now you're kind of a piece of shit. But that's my point, is like, even still, that's my opinion. Someone else's opinion might be that you're in general a terrible person because you stole just in general. I think people don't get, though, that just like your opinions, you gotta know how to express them. Sometimes I'm one of those people that is very much guilty of being too, or at least seemingly too passionate about their like things I enjoy and opinions I have. And I try to be better about them. Not always great, because sometimes just in the scenario, depending on the thing, my opinion is like something that should be talked about. Like, I'm noticing something and I based an opinion off of it and wanted to talk about it. But like, not everyone's like that. Not everyone has an opinion on everything. And I've been learning that more and more, especially being with my roommate more, because before we were more so friends from afar, and now that we're living together, I am finding that she is not necessarily that much of an opinionated person, and I'm used to, where I was living at home, constantly having to have an opinion, or at least I needed to have an opinion because everyone else in my house all had the same fucking opinion. They all had the same thought about what was ever going on politically, spiritually, because it's not like my middle brother is really all that, spiritual or whatever he claims to be. But that's his opinion, that he is more spiritual than everyone else thinks he is. But if you just look at him, he like barely ever goes to church. He doesn't really look at his Bible. So personally, I would be like, no, I wouldn't really call you that much of a Christian. I think you have a lot of Christian values, but again, my opinion, everyone's opinions are different, but I always had to have an opinion because no one ever had one, and I was always challenged on my opinions, and I always felt like opinions should be challenged, but not, I have gone from where it's been more aggressive to now I try to lean back a little bit, because to be really honest, even growing up, most of my quote-unquote aggression or passion was just me trying to understand why you were thinking like that, or why you do think like that. Like, 9 times out of 10, when people tell me about a show and stuff like that, I, within reason, want to watch that show because I want to find out why they think like that, why and how they form their opinions, because I know, a lot of us, our media is TV shows and movies. I wish books were, more readily available, but, or that I knew a lot more people that had book takes, because then I would read more books. But I end up watching a lot of shows. I have watched tons of anime, trying to, figure out why people like those shows. Like, no joke, I am probably one of the few people that I feel like likes Fairy Tail for the actual story, and that makes me feel dumb, because I meet all these other people that like anime or manga, and they're like, no, Fairy Tail is garbage. or it's like cutesy or stupid, and I'm like, I feel like people, like, it's funny, the same thing for like Scream. I really like Scream 3, but basically no one likes Scream 3. I like Scream 4, basically no one likes Scream 4. I like a lot, and you could call it kind of hipster liking to things, but I also like a lot of things that are current and new and stuff like that. So I don't really get the, whole hipster thing, but not really the point. The point is, that's everyone else's opinions of their take of that thing. And I'm like, people are way too serious about, like, Sakura being useless. I thought that for a long time, where I was like, wow, Sakura is really kind of just a crappy character. When people disagree with me about, like, Sakura's not actually that bad, or I feel like I see a lot of the underrated sides to things, and that's where I really feel like I get a lot of my enjoyment, is finding the niche things that, like, everyone else is looking at all this other stuff that's like the bigger shows, the bigger stories, and I'm over here like, what's this B movie or this dumb show over here? Like, the CGI looks kind of shit, but like the story's not that bad. And I tell people about these shows or books or TV shows, all this other little niche things, and people actually end up liking it. Like, a game I got a few people into for a while that is still a really fun game, but I'm not sure if it got closed down or not, was Splitgate. That game is fun as fuck. It's Halo and Portal mixed together, and it was so fun to play with my buddy, and I got, like, I think finally I almost, like, had a full team at one point. And it was so fun. We were just, like, taking out every lobby. Just because all of us have played other shooters, we were able to just quickly move into it. Some people weren't that great on the portals, and that's what they really didn't like about the game. It's like Fortnite. I'm not that much into the building side of Fortnite. I'm trash at it. But if I play the regular side of Fortnite, like no builds, I'm great. Like, I'm having a fun fucking time there because I don't have to worry about psycho ass builds messing me up. I like doing what I like now, especially. So that's like something that's been even bigger for me. Not only just since moving out, but like in general, I'm doing a ton more things that I just like now. Like, I've been playing a bunch of Marvel Rivals, and I've been playing Scarlet Witch games after Scarlet Witch games, and everyone's like, she's so bad, she's trash, and I'm literally leaving the lobby with the highest amount of kills, highest amount of damage, and like next to no deaths. And I'm like, she's really trash, as I'm taking out like most of the team by myself. I mean, maybe I'm doing cleanup kills for like 2 or 3 of them, but I'm usually hopping into the back line and taking out the healers and then taking out flyers. Like, I'm doing work, and then people are still shitting on her. And this is like where I get annoyed, because like when I played Overwatch, I liked playing all the characters that were doing garbage. Because I'm like, are they really that bad, or is people just complaining? And 9 times out of 10, it was complaining. I think I spent like 2 or 3 competitive seasons playing literally the trash characters just to prove that I could climb. I don't play the game enough, but I climbed as high as gold, and for me that's pretty crazy, like with how little I play. And I climbed to gold with the trashiest characters at the time. So you really gotta take not only mine, but like anyone's opinions with the grain of salt. And I don't understand that even if it's a very passionate opinion, you can't just do that. Like even if I met a really strict Christian, which is a lot of my friends' like antithesis, they really don't like really strict Christian people. I can tolerate them a lot better than a lot of people I know, and it's purely because I understand where they came from, and I can sit there and be like, yes, and 9 times out of 10, I will ask them and be like, hey, do you actually want me to like refute anything? Because nowadays, I don't want to argue anymore. And that's something else. Like when I give an opinion, it's because I want to talk about it, and you know, we can bounce around opinions. The moment I start getting into arguing nowadays, I'm like, why? Why are we arguing? What does this settle? And it's purely because I used to do that all the time, and that's why I'm so opinionated now. Or at least I am as verbose as I am, and I'm trying to get better about being a little bit quieter about it. But as of now, I am seen as a very opinionated person, and it is purely because I spent years always being challenged, always having something I had to defend. And I'm at a point now, I don't want to do that anymore. I just want to talk about it. And if you think I am attacking you, communicate that, and I will do my best to make you not feel that way. I'm not psychic, and not all the time do I fully get that my monotone ass, because most of the time when I'm not around people, I'm really wanting to see how hyper I actually am. You know, we call that masking. I usually am just monotone as fuck, and that's just what ends up happening. And sometimes shit comes off wrong. And yeah, it is technically my fault, but it's also, you need to ask me to clarify. I don't understand, like, why that's so hard to, like, if you think you're going to offend me, that's something else to talk about. Like, people don't understand that we used to be forced, especially in the gay community, to search out our own problems and questions and stuff like that. And it is frustrating now that I do not see a lot of people actually like asking the question and checking in and being like, hey, did I misunderstand you? Or can you re-explain that? Or I might have heard you wrong. Like, no one does that. And it's very frustrating. And I think it's slightly because we all wanted to be invisible in school and stuff like that. We just wanted to get through our work and sometimes just get through our lives. And it's like, I wasn't like that. I liked asking questions because I like knowing shit. Like, whether or not it's something about someone or it's about something else, I like knowing things, and I like talking about things, and I like hearing people's opinions, and I like, you know, that we can share our opinions with each other. And no one really seems to want to do that. Like, I find more people just want to have a quick text and not really a long conversation unless they like pre-plan for that. And I get having a lot of communication can be a lot for people. It just feels like we just want so specific of communication that it's causing unfortunate, you know, own isolation, I guess, is what it's causing. Like, it's causing people to just want so much of their own safe space all the time, and it's like, but we're very clearly not safe. Like, we got Cheeto Dust going back to being president, we have the fires going on right now, like, we have so many things going on right now where we like actually do need to be giving our opinions, and we actually do need to be saying things. And I don't get why, like, I get where like people are afraid and stuff like that, but like we actually do need to be talking, and we actually like do need to be saying things that we don't agree with. Otherwise we're just going to, you know, be silenced further. Like, Instagram just, well, Meta just changed it to where you can actually call people of the LGBT community mentally ill. That's an opinion. That's not a fucking fact. And if you honestly think that all people that are LGBTQ plus are mentally ill, guess what? Probably not the channel for you, because that is one of those opinions that's wrong, and it's not, this isn't the place for you. So that's how I'm gonna leave this. If you can keep a level head, have a nice conversation, and I will also do my best, and we can actually talk about things and share equal opinions with each other, then great. But if you want to come in here and be attacking with your opinions and saying shit you know you shouldn't, probably not the place for you. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace, guys.